Yo, I'm Nick, welcome to BioGear. Today I'm going to be doing a 1-year follow-up on the Dell XPS 17 9700 model. I've had this computer for about a year now, and it is an absolute phenomenal laptop, and I could not see myself replacing this thing for the life of me. It is genuinely an amazing computer for sure. So let's get into what I like about it, what I've enjoyed about it over the past year, as well as some of the cons of owning it in case you're interested in buying one, either the 9700 or even the newer models like the 9710. So first item you're definitely going to want to consider this computer for is its display. And if you do go with the 4K display like I have here, it is incredible. It gets up to about 500 nits of brightness. It's super sharp. Some people say that it's needlessly sharp for a 4K display on a 17-inch laptop. I kind of disagree. I really like having the extra pixels there to where I just cannot pixel peep if I really wanted to. And the display with the bezels and the 16:10 is just, it's incredible. I mean, this is the epitome of what 17-inch laptops really need to be looking like nowadays, especially with all the technology coming out and the display shrinking. And I just cannot get over the fact that watching movies and viewing any kind of content on this laptop is absolutely just joyful to use. So one of the main standout features of this computer is the fact that when you go to watch movies or view any kind of content or get into working, you definitely just get lost in the computer. And I think that's the experience that you achieve once everything is balanced out around the computer. For instance, if you're playing a game or watching a movie and you just forget that you're even on a laptop and the experience is just amazing and you enjoy it, and then when you're done, you just shut it off and you're so satisfied with what you just did, that to me is whenever you start achieving just a good combination of parts and software and everything else involved. So for this laptop, the screen, by far the strongest point of owning this computer. It's just absolutely beautiful and a treat to use. The speakers also are almost equally as good. For a Windows laptop, definitely the top that I've ever heard. I've not come across any Windows laptops that have better speakers than this computer. I've come across some that have really good speakers, but I think this one beats out the competition. The only computers that may have better speakers are going to be MacBooks. They just have really good tuning in them and they sound incredible. But for sure, for Windows camp, XPS 17, and I think the 15 as well, but definitely the 17 is phenomenal. Definitely good audio. Keyboard on this model too, it's very plush. It's got good key travel to it. Dell's got it dialed in pretty well. It's just a comfy experience. I think the word comfortable definitely wraps up how this keyboard feels when you're typing on it all the time. Something that's really cool and a feature that I like on the Dell computers is that if you hold function and hit escape, you toggle between function keys and multimedia keys. So right now, I'd be using function keys on this and then hold function escape, and now as you can see, it goes to media. So definitely a good hotkey to have there. I hate going into software and I hate going into the BIOS to change all that, but with the toggle right on the keyboard, I think that's how they all need to be done nowadays. So next on the user interface material is the touchpad. Huge, massive surface. It is diving board style, so it will not click at the top. It definitely clicks at the bottom though. And the surface texture on this laptop is uncomparably the best surface texture on a computer in general. It is smoother than the Razer's rougher texture by a little bit. It is more textured than a MacBook's smooth surface, and my finger kind of skips and sticks a little bit to that one. It's just perfect. The texture on here is not too smooth, not too sharp. It's great. I cannot express enough. These guys have the crown for me with the best glass touchpad surface out there right now. Sorry if it seems like I get into the details a little too much, but this is the stuff that I look for in a review whenever I go to buy a computer. I want to know these things because it affects how I use my computer every day, and because I'm spending time with my fingers on the touchpad and pressing keyboards and looking at the screen and hearing the sound all day, I want to know that all that stuff works good. So I will be touching extensively on stuff like that in my reviews. So moving on though, my favorite category to hit on is build quality, and this laptop is great. It is absolutely fantastic. Carbon fiber base in this computer, aluminum top and bottom chassis. It is all CNC'd out inside of the aluminum casing on the bottom, so all the guts are inside of it instead of it just being 2 sheets of aluminum stamped together with the carbon fiber base and everything in that. That's how it was on the older 9570 model XPSs and stuff. So this one's definitely great. I love the build quality on it. It's amazing. Carbon fiber texture on the deck has not had any kind of aging at all over the last year. It is just as brand new as the day I bought it. So that's also great to know that your device has a little bit of longevity to it too. So past all that, there are a couple downsides on this computer. One is that Dell makes it, and Dell has QC issues. This is not the first computer that I've ever had a problem with from Dell, and it will definitely not be the last computer that will ever have a QC issue. And for this model, I have a little bit of backlight bleed in the top right corner. It's only really noticeable when the screen is pitch black and the brightness is up, but there is backlight bleed, and that really sucks on having a nice display like this that costs $400 over a 1080p option. So I'm not too thrilled about that for sure. Other than that though, touchpad on this model it's had issues ever since they launched the Dell XPS 15 and 17 with the larger trackpad. I guess the mounting system that they do with it just sucks, and they've tried redesigning it and saying that this model would be good to go. This is the after the fix model, and it still has issues. I had to actually go in and loosen these two screws. I believe that put less pressure between the case and the aluminum and stopped pushing so hard on the trackpad. I don't know quite what the engineering issue is with this one yet, but it used to click on me just by touching it, because I'm a tap to click guy. I don't typically click all the time, I just tap, and I would get noises and ghost clicks out of it just by tapping on it. And so the loosening trick did seem to help a lot. Can't say that's going to work for everybody though. There's no way I can say that for sure. Other than that though, the main downside of this computer is going to be its performance. You're running on a really slim, nice 130 watt power adapter that rolls up super neat. But with 130 watts of power, it can't game like these gaming laptops can, or a desktop or anything. So you're definitely going to sacrifice in the performance department. But if you consider this to be like a very powerful ultrabook and not so much as like a high performance machine, it makes more sense, because I bought this computer for the fact that I'm going to be watching movies on it, spending a lot of time with web consumption and YouTube, and it absolutely fits the bill for me. I get lost in whatever I'm doing through this computer, as long as it's not gaming at 60 hertz, and I don't need to game. I have other machines that are better at that than that. So if you're looking for this computer because there's certain things you want to do, such as watching movies and stuff, you're going to be thrilled. You're going to be absolutely thrilled. Even photo editing and stuff is going to be just amazing on this computer. But if you're looking at it for a gaming laptop, I'd look elsewhere probably. So that about wraps up the experiences I've had with the Dell XPS 17 over the last year. It's been an absolutely reliable tank of a laptop. I did not mention battery life. Battery life's about 5 to 7 hours on this thing maximum. I don't think it gets much more than that, but yeah, other than that, amazing computer. I mean, I will be keeping this thing until I decide that it's time to upgrade it, and I don't think I need to do that for another 2-3 years personally. So hope you enjoyed the review. If any of this information helped you, please like the video and comment down below for YouTube algorithm to say hi at least, or ask any questions that you have about the device. So subscribe if you haven't already. I've got some more content lined up hopefully, and we'll be pushing out more content more consistently. So thank you guys for the support. Take care and have a good one.